Hey guys, Happy New Year. This is Mel, and I'm back to talk Supernatural. And I even have my Supernatural shirt on. I was even gonna wear some other Supernatural stuff, but I just got so excited and can't wait to talk about the new episode with you guys, which is episode 1110, titled The Devil in the Details, which premiered Wednesday, January 20th, 2016. And for me, it just finished airing 5 minutes ago when I'm recording this. So I just I couldn't wait to start talking to you guys because oh my god, I really liked it. Let's just get right to it. 10-minute clock. Let's begin. So something new that we've learned, whole bunch of things we learned, not necessarily new, but we definitely saw many familiar faces in the episode. And that is teenager Sam in the form of Colin Ford, and I love it when he plays young Sam. The last time we saw him was in episode 709, or 703, my mistake. That was back in 2011, so it was really great to see Colin Ford again as teenager Sam. I always love that, and I think he's the only actor who's consistently played one of our characters in the flashback. So I really like that we've actually got to see Colin Ford grow when he's doing the Sam Winchester flashback. So I really like that. We also got to see Adam Milligan again. It was in archive footage back from the season 5 finale, which is 522, when Michael was possessing him for a vessel. So we saw him in that. And then we also saw Amelia Richardson back in season 8, and she was Sam's girlfriend at the time being when Dean was away in purgatory. Don't know if that scene specifically was brand new and it just didn't make it in the episode, or if it was actually, or I should say, if it was archive footage that we hadn't seen in the episode, but it was stored from season 8, or if they somehow just came back and reshot that kind of a scene, since we didn't actually hear them talking. It was just them in the background with some context put into it. It was really great to see her again, just to see these familiar faces from years ago. And then, of course, the big return was Lucifer himself. We haven't actually seen him since, excluding the last episode, but we haven't seen him since season 7. So I really liked all the familiar faces in this episode, so that was one very cool highlight of the episode for me. And also we get to learn more about Rowena's alliance with Lucifer, and actually in the promos where it showed Crowley in a onesie celebrating Christmas with his little Sam Funko Pop doll, and then Rowena dressed as a reindeer with Lucifer dressed as Santa. That was actually a constant nightmare that Rowena had, but that was how Lucifer first came into contact with Rowena and got her to help him formulate this plan, and she performed it to the T for them. So her whole goal was to get them into contact with Lucifer so that he could find a way to get back into a vessel. So there's that. We also learned that Amara survived the smiting that happened at the end of the last episode, and we find out from Castiel that any human that comes within that area becomes very, very sick, and we see Dean experience that, which is why he doesn't go see the Amara to see if Amara's dead or not for himself, because he gets violently ill the closer he gets to the area, the blast off zone, I guess you can call it, or something. Another thing we see learning is that there are some doubts being put into Castiel's head about his importance to Team Free Will, and that was kind of a little unnerving, of him being called expendable and not really as important as Sam and Dean are to each other, but Castiel is a brother to them. It's like they've come so far since season 4, which is like 6-7 years now. It's pretty long, of course. And then another thing we learn is history behind Rowena's hate towards Crowley, and I was actually surprised that we got to hear the extent of that, or why she hates him so much. But given the fact that he had full control over her, I figured that'd be why, something he'd ask. But I should have figured that once we found out that truth, something bad would happen to Rowena, and that goes into my most shocking moment of the episode, guys. It wasn't the fact that Amara was alive. Oh no. It wasn't the fact that Rowena was aligning herself with Lucifer. Oh no. It was the fact that within all the fighting within the cage, Castiel had said yes to Lucifer. I repeat, Lucifer is now possessing Castiel's old vessel. Jimmy Novak is now in the control of Lucifer, and because of that, he rewards Rowena by killing her. I wasn't expecting that. I'm still not over it. It's just, it really was a shocking moment. It's like, I'll get back to it afterwards, but you can kind of get why I'm so shocked by it. Okay, so top 3 favorite moments. First one I did mention is all the familiar faces. We got to see teenager Sam in the form of Colin Ford, Adam Milligan, aka Michael at that moment, Amelia Richardson, and then Lucifer himself, Marita, Crowley, Billy the Reaper. It was great to see all those familiar faces, even in this one episode. It was fantastic. Another favorite moment would have to be the trip down memory lane for Sam. It was just great to see all those little moments. It was kind of like when he was back in heaven, back in 516. And I will have to say that a lot of the things that Lucifer is saying, I was kind of starting to believe in it. It's really hard with Lucifer. You can't tell if he's actually telling you the truth or if he's spinning a lie to make it sound like the truth. And he was really convincing too. And he definitely made a point of comparing the Sam that we saw back in season 5 when the whole apocalypse was going down to the Sam we see now. A Sam who's willing to sacrifice his own self to save the world, as opposed to saving his brother and risking the world's future in the form of releasing the darkness. So there's that. Another favorite moment of mine was the whole team up to get Sam out and to send Lucifer back to hell. Apparently Castiel messed up that plan, but I really like the team up between Dean and Crowley. It was great to see them working together again, especially against Rowena. And another favorite, it was an extra bonus, is actually the fight scene within the cage. I know it was a very, very tense and dicey scene, since it is Lucifer the Archangel against 2 humans and an angel, but I really like the whole team up and everything, how it was done in that really small space, so I really like that. Top peeved moment, I'd have to say, would have to be the doubt that's being weaved into Cassie. Even Amara said that she didn't get why God had seemed to have a little soft spot for Castiel, or even that angel Ambriel, I think it was. She called Castiel expendable, saying that he's not really needed, he's not the hero at all. So you can really see at times that Castiel was thinking over those things, and that's really heartbreaking. It's like after all these years, he's now doubting his importance to Sam and Dean. They're his family, and he is part of their family, so it was sad to see. Okay, so what moment will I remember most as I look back? Lucifer, hello. It's like the biggest thing, the fact that now it's cast Lucifer, I guess you could say. It's like, before today, I didn't have a tag for those two, and now I kind of need one for Tumblr. So quickly back on to random questions, because I believe I have less than 3 minutes. Awesome. Okay, first question. If Lucifer is now occupying Jimmy Novak's vessel, then where is Castiel? Did he get sent back to heaven or something? Because I refuse to believe that Castiel was dead all because he renounced his vessel and gave it to an archangel. But since Jimmy Novak's body isn't Lucifer's true vessel like Sam is, does that mean Jimmy's body's going to burn up like the previous vessel of Lucifer's? Because the whole point that Lucifer was trying to get Sam to say yes was so that it's powerful enough to withstand an archangel. Otherwise, it's going to be in a vegetative state. So is that going to happen to Jimmy Novak's body, even though it's an empty shell without an angel possessing it? It's just another thing I'm curious about randomly. Okay, next question. Is Rowena really the only one who can open up the cage? Can't they get another witch to read the Book of the Damned, to read Charlie's Codex, to figure out the spell that she had used? I really don't think that she's the only one that can do it. And it doesn't make sense that a witch, mortal, M-O-R-T-A-L, witch, is the only one that can open a thing as powerful and as important as Lucifer's cage. You would think that an immortal being would also know how to do that, assuming God, but he's kind of MIA at the moment. So that's another question there. Another question, is Amara really weakened from the whole angel smiting that happened to her, or does she just need to eat more souls? So there's that. But also, another thing, you know how when Amara sucked up all that darkness around her, is it a possibility that all that darkness was just all the soul and everything she had consumed, and then smiting her just released it from her capture? And so, like, since it shrouded the area into darkness, so what if after Amara consumes souls, it gets converted into this darkness, and when she was smited, it was expelled from her, so that later on when she sucked it all back in and return the light, or the afternoon daylight, to everything. All that darkness that was surrounding her is now back inside her. Is that the case that happened here, or am I reading into it? Just let me know in the comments below if you know, or if you think I'm on the right track, or if you have your own theory. I'd love to hear about it. But I think hold on. Sorry if there's a little skip. But for Amara, I think she's actually weakened, because when she sent Castiel away with the "I am coming," and there's the alarm, with the "I am coming" message, she seemed to almost collapse. So I'm thinking maybe the smiting did more than we thought, or maybe she just needs to gather her strength and everything. But yeah, it was very interesting to see her in a weakened state, for sure. Maybe something in there is the key to defeating her. Last question. How long before Sam and Dean realized that Lucifer is back on Earth in Castiel's vessel? It didn't seem like they knew anything when they were leaving, but they did comment on the fact that he seemed a little off, but they could have just contributed that to the fact that he just got into a fight with Lucifer and dealt with Amara. So they were kind of contributing it to that, but I wonder how long they're going to keep thinking that. So who knows. So back to predictions very quickly. I only know off of the episode 11:11 synopsis is that some song is going to be the cause of luring people in, and that's going to be the next monster hunt, I guess you can say, for the week. But from the promo that was just shown from the CW, they're going to see Castiel being a bit strange to the Winchesters, although the angels are aware that it's Lucifer that's inside Castiel's vessel. So we're going to see how Lucifer is being topside again. So that's going to be an interesting thing. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how Misha Collins plays Lucifer in itself, because we saw Jared Padalecki playing Lucifer back in episode 504. We also saw Mark Pellegrino being the default Lucifer, since he was the other vessel for him. So now it's time to see how Misha Collins plays him. So it would be very interesting to see. For predictions, though, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Crowley, if Lucifer's going to do anything to him, or if Crowley's going to be able to warn the Winchesters of the fact that Lucifer is topside. But yeah. And another thing that Sam brought up to Lucifer is the fact that it took 4 archangels and God to lock the darkness away. So is there a chance that they could want to open the cage up to bring out Michael? Or is that just going to be opening another can of worms that they can't have a repeat of the apocalypse again? So I guess there's that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So what did you guys think of the episode? I'm still completely shocked and surprised by the outcome of it. It's definitely the episode. It was definitely worth the 5 week, 6 week wait that it took for the winter holiday. So I'm definitely glad that we jumped right into it. We kept up with it, and it surprised me completely. It's just, I'm still blown away by it. But let me know in the comments below what you think about it. I'd love to hear about it, and your own thoughts and theories about what's to come and what you think might happen now that Lucifer's topside. Do you think he was telling the truth about whether he is their only chance of defeating the darkness? I'd love to hear it. Also, if you haven't liked this video or subscribe to my channel and to get more alerts about when these videos are going to be posted. Definitely going to get back on schedule now that all the shows are coming back. Also, check out my other videos. I just started a new playlist for another show that premiered. I'm going to be starting 2 more tomorrow with 2 new CW shows that you may want to check out. So yeah, and also check out my Tumblr. Link for that will be down below. For any links involving Supernatural or specifically to this episode, they'll all be there. I'll usually reblog everything like normal. Also, check out my LiveJournal account. Link for that will be down below as well. You get a more detailed recap of the episode. I write that while I'm watching the episode, so you actually get my in-the-moment reactions and stuff like that. So check that out. And is that everything? Yes, I believe that is everything. So, guys, thank you for watching. I won't always do these actual videos like this, but there might be I might do them every now and then, but I thought I'd welcome the new year for Supernatural with a little video of this. And who knows, I might have a different merchandise with me next time for Supernatural that I'll wear. So you never know. But thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. I hope you guys tune in next week because it's going to be one hell of a ride for the second half of season 11. So I hope you enjoy it with me as we see what happens to Sam and Dean. So until next week, this is Mel wishing you all a great week, great day wherever you are. So until next time, have a good time. Bye.